Hello everyone, so today we start a new build, and as you can see, this time we are going to try something what I promised in the comments of this review with this kit. It's a Fore Hobby 1/72 scale Scimitar Mk.2 CVRT, so I would say it's somewhat modern vehicle, which is really tiny in 1/72 scale. It's not that big even in 1/35 scale, so that's why I decided to build it. And as you remember, if you were watching the previous video review with this kit, it is a multimedia kit. So we have here the P parts, we also have the metal barrel. That's why this kit should be interesting, but not only because of this, but also because we have really nice details here. So a lot of things are actually copied out of the box, and I have to say that some 1/35 scale models offer less out of the box, so that's why it will be interesting to see how all of this stuff goes together. And as far as you can see here, if we open this assembly manual, maybe I'll close the lenses so that you can see what we are talking about. So everything starts with the road wheels and drive sprocket, then we continue with installing all of this stuff onto the lower hull section. Also, as you can see here, we installed the front panel as well. And next we continue with the track fitment. So my initial plan would be to build the lower section and try to keep it separate from the top of the hull, but we will see how it will go. I mean, it will depend on the quality of the overall fitment, but such I would say strategy will allow to paint separately both sections, then connect them and weather them properly, and so it will give a bit better painting result. And here you can see that all other steps are mainly focused on the top hull section, so that's why I'm a bit sure that it will be possible to go this way, but we will see. And so let's open the ferrous plastic bag, separate ferrous parts and start the build. So the model is ready to be primed. As you can see, I assembled, actually it's a dry fitment of the top half section and also lower hull section. Later I will again separate them so that it will be easier to paint all these sub-assemblies. So we have turret, top hull and lower hull. But overall I have to say that the experience is really interesting. Well, it's a 1/72 scale kit, and I placed the glue so that you can understand the size of this model, because otherwise it's a bit difficult to comprehend that it's really tiny model and it's actually 1/72 scale AFV. But as you can see, a lot of P parts, and I have to say that they're quite good quality ones, so it's easy to install them as long as you use the right glue. Of course, I broke one of the antennas. You can see it now, it's glued in half, but I hope it won't be noticeable once we get everything together. You can also notice that one of the hatches is open, so here it's up to you whether you would like to keep it so. I think it's also possible to do the same thing on the turret, but keep in mind that there is no interior obviously, because it's a 1/72 scale kit. I would like also to mention that the assembly manual, if I will close the lenses, so here we have small mishaps. I would like to show you only one. For example, here we install the antenna and then suddenly it disappears and we have the fire extinguisher, and such small things are actually encountered throughout the assembly manual, so you have to pay attention in order to understand how to install all of the parts together. But now it will be interesting to see how all of this stuff actually goes together in camouflage. And as you remember, here we have actually a one color painting scheme, so if I move here you can see what I'm talking about. It's finished in a dark green or dark gray, so I think I will have to play with the color modulation maybe. Again, weathering will not be suitable here because these are relatively new vehicles, so maybe just some dirt. And also I have some ideas about the model stand, and you'll see it further in the video. So now let's proceed to applying the primer on this model. I think next time we can also try to include the painting process into the video report, but now you can see the final state of this model. So first of all, the main thing about this kit is a reminder about its scale, because some others were saying that it's not true. So here you can see comparison with my fingertip. It's 1/72 scale Scimitar, and we have here it in a finished and painted state. So I decided not to overgo with weathering. You can see it's only a slight amount of dust applied here and there, and that's pretty much all. Also, all original parts were used. There is no scratch building or any other additional things installed here, so you can see that it's the fully standard kit and there is nothing extra. So overall I like the fact that we are supplied here the standard P parts. We are also supplied, maybe I'll place it here on the center. So we are also supplied with the metal barrel. We are supplied with very nice plastic parts which copy a lot of details, so this is really great. Again, small reminder also that this kit does not include any clear parts, so all of this stuff and also the headlamps, they are copied with my own hands and tools. This is not included into the standard kit, and in my opinion this is quite prominent feature of the Scimitar, so that's why it will be important to copy it in your model. And also just another small reminder is that these skirts, they are actually replicated with the P parts, so it will be important to copy properly the rubber. That's why I applied the rubber shade from, I think it was Mk.2. I'm just trying now to find it. Yeah, here it is. I will even place it. Oops. Yeah, my Siri is talking. So here you can see the Mk.2 color, and it's actually the acrylic color, so it's quite easy to apply with the brush, and also it gives you a perfect, I would say, idea of the size of this model in a finished state. So, about these rubber skirts, first of all I applied this paint, and also I applied pigments. So it's a dust pigment which was applied with the cotton bud, and that's why it looks a bit dusty and more or less resembles the real rubber on the real vehicles. And of course whole model is given the matte coat, that's why it looks that, I would say, real. And the same was done with the this
orange light on the top. So again, we do not have clear parts, that's why it was important to copy it with own hands and tools. These fire extinguishers might be a bit tricky to paint, but once you get them done in the right way, you'll be pleased that it actually breaks the overall appearance of this green color. But as you can see, I also used a bit of the color modulation in order to break the unified look of this model. So overall, I can say that this kit is something what deserves your attention, especially if you are building 1/72 scale kits, armor kits quite often. Then definitely take a look. And of course, I would be happy to hear your opinion. If you like this build, press the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also do not forget to turn on notifications so that you won't miss any new video reports. And I will see you in the next video as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.